On the far side of the Narva River there, you will see a power station in Ivangorod, Russia. However, on this side, we are in Narva, Estonia. And there is a dog park with no dogs. How depressing. Welcome, welcome. So Narva, Estonia is a really interesting place. It lies on the border with Russia, and in World War II, 98% of the city was destroyed. After World War II, the Soviets moved in an ethnically Russian population in majority here, and they would not allow the Estonians to come back to their homes that were destroyed. So now we have about a 95% Russian-speaking population here in Estonia's third largest city. And it's also in the European Union and part of Nato because it's part of Estonia, which seems a bit odd considering its proximity to Ivangorod Fortress here in Russia. So I decided to come here to find out the answer to the question, what's it like to live in an ethnically Russian city but within the European Union and NATO? Latest babushka fashion. They have a colossal sized Lidl here. It's kind of funny that everyone in Lidl is speaking Russian, but all the products are only written in Estonian. Fairly typical mall here. There's an art gallery going on in the mall. Very cool. This one's my favorite. Dude, this guy is so talented. Old Trafford. Maybe you can guess which English soccer team they root for in there. Oh, thank goodness. We have an Irish pub in this town. I haven't seen any artisan coffee shops here in Narva, so Bubla Cafe it is. Quite a beautiful cappuccino. Why Bublik? Because they got pancakes. This is a very cool sculpture. But I'd have to say, from the way the board is looking, this guy is in some real trouble. This guy has got some mutton chops on him. A Russian Orthodox church, the Jesus Resurrection Cathedral. Not too far from the Russian Orthodox Church, we have the Lutheran Alexander's Cathedral. The door's locked, I can't get in. Disappointment. I quite like the train station. Pretty modern looking. The train station has its own passport control. If you're going to Russia. There's still a Lenin statue here. I feel like I'm back in Transnistria. Here is an obelisk dedicated to the Soviet soldiers that died in World War II. And across from the castle, we have the old part of town. Interesting fact, this building used to have a picture of Lenin on the top of it. City Hall is currently under refurbishment. That's a pleasant fountain. There's a skate park here, and this is supposed to be for bicycles, but I think it would be just as cool for a remote control car. Clay tennis courts not being maintained. I hate to see it. Metal art. It makes a nice sound in the wind. Here's some pretty cool artwork. Here's the one side. And this is what the astronaut's looking at. It's an okay attempt at street art. There's some better street art. Flowers then. Everybody loves graffiti. This one doesn't do much for me. Some ships out on the high seas. This looks like artificial intelligence attempted its own form of street art. This looks very Soviet-like. Nothing but giant apartment complexes as far as the eye can see. A lot of apartment blocks everywhere. I love the doors to these apartment buildings. They're so inviting. Yeah, that's a creative paint job. Here are the remains of the Kreenholm textile manufacturing plant. It closed down in 2000 after operating for about 200 years. It's a huge multi-building complex, but you need to be on a guided tour to be let in. In the distance, I can see a nice church on the Russian side. I cannot believe this. There is a Swedish consulate in Narva, Estonia, right on the border with Russia. Boom. Hello, kitty cat. There's a nice little park right here on the border. So here on the Estonian side, we have some fishermen trying to catch some fish. You can see some fishermen over on the Russian side also. I wonder if they voted for Putin in the last election. This sign for Narva Beach is written in Estonian, Russian, and English. There's a gym here right along the beach. Really nice place to work out. So this is the Narva River, which is the border between Estonia and Russia. Over there is Ivangorod Fortress with a few tourists. Here is the International Bridge with customs inspection going on, you can see. And here we have the remains of Narva Castle. There's this very cool promenade that runs below the castle. Along the promenade there are some Swedish lions. They made a sundial. I guess it's a sundial. On the point here they have a really nice gazebo. Swedish King Carl XII would be proud to see this monument. So that is the Swedish Lion Monument. It was built to commemorate the 300th anniversary of the Swedes fighting the Russians here in Narva in 1700. And the Swedes actually built a lot of the fortifications here in Narva when they were stationed here. Just think of the amount of labor that went into building these fortifications. Let's check out the Narva Museum. No need for a grappling hook. The door's open. Very nice courtyard here. And then looking this way, you can see City Hall. I love the old brickwork. This place definitely wasn't built in a day. We got a real interesting costume party here. They're rocking the latest fashions. They have a tea room, but no tea. Some Soviet heavy machine guns. A neat little area up here. Inner courtyard and tower. This is the way up to the top of the tower. At the top of the tower here, you can walk around and read up on all the famous landmarks of the area. A real nice view from the tower. So there's Russia. And here's the city of Ivangorod. Who wants to tell them? Who wants to tell them?